Hello viewers, this is Cynthia Michael from Screen Review, bringing you a new podcast on my subject called the Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult language. Now, if you're over 18, then it's good to watch this audio podcast recording. Now, anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. I'm gonna try to keep this episode short. So anyway, so the episode starts off. We see a member of the Kara organization somewhere in some misty valley on top of a waterfall, I believe. You know, he just jumped down, eating some fruit, eating the fruit, looking, staring at this misty valley. So basically, after he was done eating the fruit, he jumped down from the top of the waterfall into the misty valley. Then we cut to Boruto training at the training grounds in the Hidden Leaf Village. So basically, practicing. He was just practicing his shuriken jutsu and shit like that. So anyway, Sasuke showed up. He's like, I'm impressed that you training and whatnot. So basically, Boruto was like, I wish you were training. I wish that you training, and I wish I can go and make things like you, and and I wish you've been training. And Sasuke is like, no. It's now, you wish you don't. Well, I might train you, but it's good to see you training by yourself. So anyway, Boruto was like asking Sasuke, what do you know about the organization and the secret of this mark on my hand. So basically, Sasuke is like, Sasuke was like, not getting too much details to Boruto, like this organization. This care organization it turns out this organization was very deep. So anyway, this organization is very serious. So anyway, if the group is this serious, that means your mark might hold a key. It's most likely if they found out that if they find out about your mark, they might come after you. So basically, Sasuke is like, telling Boruto, you should be careful not to. Be careful not to show anybody your mark. So basically, at this point, Boruto had not told his brother about the mark on his hand, about the Kara mark on his hand. So anyway, Boruto was like, I wish I can go on better missions with you. And Sasuke was trying to tell Boruto, you need to stay here and do these missions. That way, you can gain more experience. Cause Sasuke was like, you're just like, if I would have done things different back then, I would have stayed in the village, and gained experience, and Sasuke was trying to tell Boruto, it's like, don't try to take any shortcuts being a ninja and getting new powers. You have to learn from the struggles in order to make yourself stronger. So basically, now Sasuke was trying to tell Boruto, and Boruto seemed to got the message. So anyway, Boruto was like, anyway, I have to go we're about to go, me and my team are about to get our next mission. And turned out the next mission is a missing persons case. So basically, Boruto was not excited with this mission because it was just another missing person case. So basically, it was a mission to find a missing person somewhere in the land of the valleys. So anyway, so basically, Yeah, like so basically, Carmen was just saying, I mentioned, hey, we've been signed this mission. We're gonna do this mission. So basically, like Colorado was telling Boruto to suck it up. We've been hired, we've been assigned for this mission, and we're gonna do this mission. So anyway, out of nowhere, we see another shinobi, another adult shinobi named Logan. I think that's how you pronounce his name. If I pronounce his name wrong, please forgive me. Some guy named Logan. So it turns out that Cole Holmes knows this dude. It's like, and Cole Holmes was glad to see him again. So basically Logan was like, saying like, Logan said like, it's good to see you again. I just got out. So basically Logan sounded like he was like, I just got out. Sounded like he was just got out of jail or some shit like that for some reason. And the others was like, so basically Boruto, and the others like, did he say he just got out of prison, or he just joking? So anyway, Carl Howard said this is Mugen. Him and me are best friends, and we used to, and he saved my life a bunch of times and whatnot. So basically, Mugen it's been assigned to the mission because he had been to Atlanta of the Valleys. So anyway. So anyway, when they got to like, so basically like like the others, so basically Boruto and the others didn't trust Mugen after he made that comment. I just got out. So they thinking that he must have done something bad, and he was locked away for a while, and all of a sudden, he came out, got his job back in the ninjas and shit like that. But anyway, blah blah blah. So anyway, Boruto team got to the land of the valleys, and they got to the village of the land of the valleys and whatnot. So anyway, so they got inside the village and then met for the queen named Mia. So basically Mia explained that this village is made up so sorry, I'm tongue tied. So anyway, so basically, me explained this village is made by a company that makes special medical devices, medical equipment and whatnot. So basically, 3 weeks ago, my husband and his team were doing some research. He went on a research mission, doing some research and whatnot, and never came back and disappeared. Never came back from the research mission. So basically, that's the reason why I hired you guys to help in the search for my husband and his missing team. So anyway, so Mia took them to the company that her husband worked to, Avato. That's the name of Mia's husband. They took her to the company, to talk to the president and whatnot. And when they got there, the secretary, I believe the secretary or the receptionist told him that the president of the company is not here right now. So basically, it turns out that the company sent out its own search parties to go find Mia's husband and his team. So basically, the second lady is like telling me that don't worry. The company has sent its own search team to go find your husband and his team, and we'll keep you informed. And it turns out that the assessment had the location of where her husband disappeared, which area that her husband disappeared to. So basically, Mia started to get hysterical and shit, and was asking for more information. And that's when Mishi used his snake to memorize the location, to stare at the lady's computer at the where Mia's husband and her team and his research team disappear at. So anyway, so the assistant actually once again told Mia, don't worry. Once again, the company has sent a search team to find your husband and his team and bring him back home. So basically, and ask Mia and Boruto's team to leave. So basically, Michi said that I got the data, I got why. My snake got the location of where Mia's husband team went missing at. So basically the location and whatnot. And 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 Mia said, "Oh, I know that location. It's near the waterfall nearby." So basically blah blah blah. So basically come Haru and Mugo say that don't worry, we will go to that location and find your husband. So anyway, they went to the location. So basically, they headed off to the location. But unknown to them, somebody was a figure was watching them. So basically, it probably the member of the care organization that was in the land of the valleys was surveilling Boruto's team and whatnot this whole time when they showed up at the company. So anyway, Boruto's team went to the location where Mia's husband disappeared. Mia gave Boruto a paper of possible locations where he might be in that and in the area that he might disappear to. So anyway, basically Boruto promised Mia that I'll bring your husband back to you. So anyway, Boruto's team countered the company archives. Copied the search team that was sent that the company sent to go find Arato's team and whatnot. So anyway, turns out that the company's president was with this search team. So basically, he went with the search team to go find Arato and his research team. So anyway, basically, just so basically Alto was the head of the company is Victor was that there's a whole misunderstanding. So basically blah blah blah. So basically Victor was explaining the reason why Alto was out here and his team what type of research that Alto's team was doing. So basically Victor's medical company makes prosthetic limbs. So basically, that's what the company does. So Mr. Victor's company does. They make prosthetic limbs. So basically, during the last Great War, Victor lost his legs, and therefore that's the reason why he started the company after losing his legs to help people who lost their who lose a leg or a leg or arm and that's the reason why he started the company, to help people who lost legs and arms, live normal lives, live normal lives and whatnot. So anyway, but Boruto said that, Boruto said my dad lost his arm. Oh yeah, I heard about your father losing his arm in the last Great War. But your father's new arm was custom. So basically, he got a new arm by regeneration. So basically, Avato's research team was to find new ways how to regenerate limbs. So basically, how to figure out how to regenerate lost limbs. So basically, that was Avato's team's task was to find new ways how to regenerate people who lost their limbs, being their legs or their arms, and help them regenerate new ones to crack that secret and whatnot. So anyway, like, Cole Howard suggests that, suggested to Mr. Victor that we need to work together to find Alto and his team. So basically, Victor said I had no problem with that. So basically, like, so far we checked the area where Alto's team was, and when we got to the area, we saw that Alto's team were all dead, but Alto was not among the dead. So basically, like, when they got here, when they found where Alto's team base camp was, and they found a lot of dead bodies. They found the dead bodies of the research team, but Alto's body was not among the dead. So basically, they believe that based on the footprints that. Sorry, tongue tie. So anyway, so basically, Mr. Victor said that they got here, they got to the location where Alto's team was, and when they got to the location, Alto's team was dead. But based off the footprints, they assumed that Alto must have someone or something must have killed them, but Alto's body was not there. They assumed based off the footprints that Alto must have escaped from whoever or whatever killed his team. So basically, like, and Boruto, showed Mr. Alto a paper of possible locations in the area that Alto might be, and like, so basically, like, we had not checked out this cave area, so basically they went to go check out this area where this cave is at. So basically they went inside this cave, looking to Alto. So basically the cave seems like the same thing is the case seemed like a basic situation. Seemed like a novel case until Boruto, like, he was talking to Mugo about this whole situation. So basically, Mugo thinks there's more to this situation than Mr. Victor is telling us. So basically, like, Mugo is kind of thinking that, that Victor, this whole situation going on right now, there's probably more going on than we think there is. So anyway, Boruto took it over a white tree vine inside the cave, and followed it, and they followed this white tree root, this giant white tree root out of the cave, and they found Argo. So basically, like, they found Argo, but he was acting very strange, and he was a strange color. So basically, like, Argo was acting very strange and very hostile towards them, and all of a sudden his arms started to attack them with his arms that stretched out them. So basically, his arms stretched out and started to attack, and Argo started to attack Boruto and the others. So basically, like, the episode ended, this episode ended with Boruto and the others staring at Argo, who was attacking them, and that's how the episode ended, with Boruto and the gang, fighting Argo, and he's attacking them. So anyway, this was another good episode for the whole Kara organization arc. So basically, I can't wait to the next episode. So basically, this was a very good start for this whole Kara organization arc. So anyway, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Was it just okay? Please let me know what comes below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Review. Sign off. 1.